So what's the topic today, man? No topic.
Nigga, this is your show.
Y'all always do this, but like, y'all think I just got shit on my
You
ass.
have a book of topics.
I'm actually finished with that book.
Exactly. You just be writing in that bitch. I'm finna start doing that. I'm finna start writing raps.
Let's go in the second book. Let's see what I got in here. Nothing. See, I'm gonna just touch the first one right quick. See what I got in here.
Oh my god, this shit go.
Do you want me to get you a new chair?
No, this is fine.
You in the switch?
Bro,
Like,
any sudden movements though is crazy.
yeah, this book falling apart and shit.
And you just be writing. I fuck with it. Even though your handwriting just dookie.
It is, but I don't care. I mean, as long as I can read it.
You can read that.
We got time to. Sometimes I can't. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know you be struggling.
Small. I write small and bad, like double negative. Right? We could talk about pain. We could talk about the role of death. We could talk about how people don't know what's going on inside your own internal world. We could talk about fate, destiny, perspective, freedom, honesty.
Go at your freedom.
Freedom?
You know, my black anthropopodic ass, whatever that word is.
You got it? What about freedom, man?
I don't know. What was your take on freedom? Like you said, we could talk about it. So I thought you had a topic based on that.
I ain't got a topic per se, but I just think nobody's ever really free. No matter what you do, we all.
What about our niggas, man? Is we free? Is
No.
we gonna be free?
Nope.
No, but like in America, is we gonna be free?
Nope.
Why?
Freedom is unrealistic. The whole premise of freedom implies that some people are held captive. Because if there really was freedom, then nobody would be, trapped. And then there would be no word for freedom.
But we've already created the word.
I know.
So can we not?
There's no reversing it, bro.
So as soon as that word was
we're not
created,
free in
it was
most
just
men.
raps.
Every free will is just risk, calculated risk placed upon existence.
So you're saying we don't have free will?
I'm saying our free will, what we define as free will, is just a calculation upon stuff that's already set in stone.
So you're saying everything's inevitable?
For the most part.
So they never have control of it.
I'm saying like there's so many factors that contribute to your actions that aren't you that it's hard to call it free will.
I like that take.
It's too many connected pieces.
Like everything just comes to a place at one point. You can't really control it, even though your actions lead you somewhere, but you didn't choose to be there.
Right. It's not your choice.
Hey, can you hear me that though?
This?
Yeah.
It's just a result of your actions. Or a result of your environment that causes you to act a certain way.
Shout out the merch, man.
I'm gonna mass produce it.
Oh God, this is tough, man. I'm gonna wear this.
Give us all the fellas.
Everybody gonna be like, "Hey, what's Profound Partner?" I'll be like, "You not hit? Fuck is you talking about?
Like, what is y'all doing?
Fuck is you talking about? Get."
They need to get hit.
Oh God!
So
I
I
be
can
speaking. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely was watching all your whatever interviews, podcasts during school.
See, when I left school, bro, they started messing with me.
Who?
The algorithm. But it's picking me back up right now. At this very moment, right now.
Because I'm back.
Because I posted today.
I'm back though.
And I posted today. And you're back, yeah. Midday chat with Jay Sarge. He was the OG podcast co-host.
You know, I was just here every day. The greatest.
He used to walk down the street. We used to just lock in. We can't even do that no more.
Yo, that's your fault.
It's not my fault. I didn't want to move.
You could have just been, bro. You know the people who moved into your house got an American flag on it. I just be like, wow.
They switched it up. They probably cleansed that place, bro.
Oh God.
Sanitized the whole block.
No Negroes.
They didn't want us in there.
No scent of Negroes in that bitch.
I broke 3 windows, so they got to deal with that. It was really a storm that did it. It was just in my room. Type. So how do you feel about freedom? Do you feel like you're free?
No. But I wasn't thinking like what you was thinking at all. Like, I was thinking more like, as a culture, we're still trapped in a mindset.
Yeah, we're all prisoners, but some of us have bars and some not.
But like, you was thinking on like society as a whole.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we take it to us individually, like,
some of y'all got the itis. Y'all need to clean that up. I'm not gonna lie, y'all need to clean that up. I'm not gonna lie.
We not free, bro. Because it's still the systemic nature of our environment is too restricting for us to be free. Now, if that leaves,
what needs to be done
for that to leave?
A complete destruction of the system.
Yes. All of America is built on
That's
the system
facts.
that oppresses black people.
That's facts.
So
why do we continue to be peaceful with it?
Because we have no choice. We're within it.
But if everyone just says
13% of the population is everyone.
No, but you'll get.
We might get
10.
We might get 1-2%.
Nah, never. No, but if we really think about it, it's we're moving up. Like we're not gonna be number one.
We're not even half yet.
But we're moving up though. Plus, we gonna have everyone who's not.
Okay, we're gonna have minorities. That's cool. So we just still don't got half. We got like what? 30 maybe.
I think we can do it. I'm not gonna lie.
Do it with 30.
Actually,
they have access to all weapons. That kind of thing just is illogical. The only way we'll be able to do it.
I was on my Nat Turner shit for a second.
Only way we'll be able to do it is, I don't even know. Oh, I know how we can do it.
I think we could. Because it doesn't have to be a complete overthrow.
Right.
We have to take a specific section.
All we have to do is we could crash the economy with 30% of the population.
We can crash the economy with our population.
Because the black dollar is the most important dollar.
Exactly.
So
we stop spending money as raps on these.
We stop spending if we like.
But
if we create our own,
not gonna do that. Even us.
But like, I'm saying if we were able, that's the only way. And if we did that, then absolutely they have to change the whole script because they lose everything.
Stop spending your money at these white corporations.
They're not gonna do it. It's in everything.
Hey man.
All our social media.
All black.
All our media.
This says historically black if you can't see.
Who made it? A white company.
A black woman.
A white company.
A black woman.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Who paying her?
Her.
Who is she paying?
Some manufacturer. I don't know. It's probably somewhere off in Asia somewhere.
Where her taxes going?
Bro, all right, but if we take that away,
yeah, if we fund it ourselves, we won't even have to pay taxes, really. Or pay tax on the goods and have it go to the government.
How do you feel about segregation, man? Are you opposed to segregation?
Yes.
All right.
I feel like that's too radical nowadays to do.
All right. Hypothetically, when we were free, we were given reparations. And like we were able to create our own society.
All right.
And then just a rule like if you want to stay by yourself, you can. You have the option to keep your stuff limited to your people because of what had happened.
Right.
Would you be opposed to that?
At the time?
No, right now. If it continued throughout this period of time.
Would I be opposed to?
Or right now, if
that kind of segregation you're implying, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's like what the Black Panther Party had going on.
Equal.
Are
you in support of that?
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
I was just asking.
But
I'm not trying to start arguing. I was just asking.
I get that, but like if we talking about like.
If we're talking about like segregation, what happens, then no.
Right, that's what I'm thinking you're talking about.
Separate but equal, though.
Separate but equal.
Do you think companies should be able to refuse a race from participating in their product?
Do you think the government should be able to say that?
Companies.
No.
Like,
I don't think so.
Do you think a black-owned business per se could just be like, I don't want to serve white people?
I don't think so. I mean, if they want to use the product, that's our money.
That's facts. Get your bag.
But yeah, I don't know. It's not like that's gonna. I don't see how that's gonna harm. Like I'm thinking like black hair products or something like that, and a white person buy it. Okay.
Oh God.
Y'all got it.
You getting us bread?
I feel like we could talk about culture. Let's talk about culture. You feel like culture is something that is taught or something that's inherent?
Taught. Definitely.
So is it possible for a white person to?
No.
Why not?
Look,
I know the answer. I'm just
it's
asking.
taught, but you
have to
can
have a link.
Yeah, it's like all black people got a key to the door, but you have to be taught to open it. Or like it's like a password, but we have to teach you. You have access to it, but we have to teach you it.
So when you say black, you just mean melanated individuals.
I mean black people.
So not people from Africa.
Why are you being like this?
I'm just asking because I have an opinion.
Different cultures.
I have an opinion.
I think they're two different cultures.
Okay.
Because like we literally had to create a whole nother culture, and like unfortunately it's been synonymous with American culture. So like most of what people call American culture is connected to black culture. But like if we're speaking in terms of what we consider black culture right now, I think like
it's so mixed in.
It's easier for them to participate than a white person would be able to participate.
Yeah, I get that. I think that culture is something that can be taught regardless. I just think that black culture in specific, part of our culture has roots in trauma and a systemic nature of like racism. Like half of our culture is the trauma we've experienced and the trauma we experience to this day. So a white person can't just adopt that culture because half of our culture is being oppressed.
That's facts.
But I think that like some Africans and then other minorities that have enough melanin to be like considered black, they do have that part of the culture because they are still like when they come here, they still experience it. They don't have like the roots in the back, but we're talking about like culture is taught. Like, cause I don't necessarily have the roots myself, but like my genetics goes back to that. So I feel like culture is just something that you have to teach people. Now, could I go to Africa? Could I go to Ghana right now and adopt their culture? I think they have a stigma against it, but I don't think it would be wrong for me to do. What do you think?
Would it be wrong for you to do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'd be wrong, but I don't think it'd be right. Like,
because I'm leaving behind this culture?
Not because you're leaving behind the specific culture, but it's just like you can participate in it, but what reason do you have to adopt it?
That's a good point.
Like, yes, even if your like roots go way, way back there, like that part of you is gone after you cross the sea.
It was never me, for real.
Exactly.
But like, okay.
After that we crossed the
so
sea,
riddle me this.
Done.
If my parents had moved to Ghana before I was born, and I was born in Ghana,
yeah,
but they brought, that's fine.
Yeah, because
that's the reconnect.
I mean, wait, were
it's
you
gotta
raised
reconnect.
in Ghana?
Sure.
Yeah, if you were raised there,
it's got to reconnect somewhere though. It has to reconnect somewhere.
I mean,
because then would my parents be wrong?
Would your parents be wrong
for moving to Ghana and then raising me in that culture?
I don't know. It would be on your parents, not you.
Okay. So it's on them.
Like, you can't control where you're born and raised.
Fair point.
But your parents control where they move.
So do you think culture has to do with genetics or it has to do with history?
History. Genetics are irrelevant. I mean, genetics can play a part in, like, a sample of your culture. Like, how people are like, we got big noses, black people have big noses, big lips. Like, that has been, oh, yeah, I'm representing, I got some big ass lips. Like, I'm black. Yeah, like, yeah, I got a big nose. That's
because like it's written on you.
Like that's the part that's based in trauma. We made fun of it, and now like it's something that we can be proud of, or like even like people who say locks or dreads are bad things. Like that's something like we see now that we can be proud of.
So you're saying because we can take pride in it now is what?
It's like it's not like directly translated from our genetics, but due to our history, our genetics are a part of Black culture.
You talking about Black culture?
Yeah.
Or in general?
I mean,
those phenotypes.
That one can be like a generalized. If you're Black, melanated, yes. Like if you have black skin, you can take that one.
How do you feel about Africans using the N-word?
Africans?
Like people that aren't from here, or African. And melanated. I'm not talking about Arab. Like, I wouldn't expect Muhammad to come up to me and say it, because I wouldn't let him say it.
You can say it. I mean, it's like you can't stop someone.
Well, yeah,
because they're also Black, and like they're, like, yes, they can get called that, but like, it's like, they're still Black, but they just don't have the history attached to it. So like they're still facing everything we still face. They just don't have the history for it. So like, yeah, you can't really get mad at them, but like I can see someone not agreeing with African saying it.
So what is Black culture to you?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What do I mean? What is Black culture to you?
Be more descriptive.
What is your definition of Black culture? What are some things that are only representative of Black culture?
Let me take some time to think.
Go ahead.
If you got an answer, you can say that. If you don't,
some things that I don't really know. Something that's only representative of Black culture.
I don't know. I feel like we've just became so synonymous with American culture. But
what do you mean by American culture? Like,
hip hop is Black culture, but like now,
white people,
exactly,
everybody listens to hip hop now.
Jazz is Black culture, but at one point it was the most popular genre.
Pretty much every genre of music is
literally
Black culture.
90% of genres of music that we have is created by Black people.
Right.
But people don't consider it our culture because
it's gotten so spread out.
Exactly. It's basically like our culture has been gentrified, basically.
It has. It's been so diluted. But is there a way to reinstantiate our culture and make it more of a pronounced thing?
Not really. I mean, it just ties back into the system, really. Because, like, if we want it to be, like, I don't want to say sacred, but, like, a thing that's not attached to our government.
We should have done that.
We have to get rid of, like...
We tried to do that. They didn't let us.
You just can't. Like,
so that's what I'm saying.
It might be chalk. I'm not gonna lie.
So you're saying there's no hope?
I'm not saying there's no hope. I'm just saying, like, we've been fucked. And, like, coming back is gonna be hard as shit. And, like, we've seen it. And, like, as much as you can say we've made progress, we still not even close to being, like, remotely considered, like, in the same fucking level. Or we're, like, I don't know how to articulate it, but
as
it's just, like, so binded, you know?
Into our...
Like, literally.
Because our culture is oppression.
Exactly.
So, we would have to adopt a new culture? And I think that's why
I don't think we have to adopt a new culture.
Try to take from Africa and try to adopt that culture. Because Africans don't have strong... Everybody that's not from here, except for us, have very strong cultural identities. Like, half of our cultural identity stems from slavery.
I be seeing, like, the Ghanaian versus Nigerian stuff. or like Senegal people supporting their team and wait,
Yeah.
who is
That World Cup really
yes.
taught us something, right?
Nah, the World Cup definitely had me like, wow.
They really stand it. Yeah, they do.
Black people don't even do that.
Because what are we going to do that for? We have the whole NBA pretty much.
Even then, it's still gonna
It's
be
still
that
ran.
side that gonna be like,
Because it's ran by.
fuck that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
He a sellout, even though he not a sellout.
You talking about
He
Bron?
just got out. Like I feel like some of us are like in such a trap mindset. Even if we try, like like we got 13%, but all 13% ain't unified. So that little 5% that's like either like I want to be the culture doesn't exist,
We so
or
quick
like
to jump on ourselves too.
we have to stay in the same place as we are right now. That 5%, that's that. Now we're at what 8%.
Because if you really think about it, white people when they get in trouble, you don't even have to know the person, but half the time they'll stand up for each other and they won't even know anything about the situation. We don't do that often. We'll hop on our brother and
God,
do exactly what the white people do to them.
be like, what do you do?
Yeah, like what he do or not. You know, we ain't looking for ways out. We're not connecting like the dots. They'll find some random dude a lawyer.
I think we've been changing now.
A little bit.
We progressing, like especially with like all of the major killings that happen. It's been like,
Yeah, but that's when that happens.
yeah, but like say like I don't know. I feel like we are coming into more of an understanding that like black people can be whatever they want, and it's not like they can still be attached to their culture. Like you don't gotta be a stereotypical black person to be a part of your culture. And I think like some black people are like, you have to look this way, you have to dress this way, you have to act this way, or you're not a part of our culture.
So you're talking about like people who got a little bit of brainwash in them. Is that what you mean?
No, not them, not them. All right.
What do you mean?
You know how black grandmas don't like be like on their stuff, cause on our like they be on our age people, because like ugh, you dressing weird. That's not normal. When in reality, they'll be like that's the black sheep of the family, and then everyone are like ridicule, criticize that person, even though like there's nothing wrong with them. That's how they want to represent themselves, even if it's not like whatever you think would be a stereotypical
like
black person.
It's our culture is trapping us in a.
It's a part of like it all ties together, but like there's ourselves stopping us from being as amazing as we can be, and then it's like the system has absolutely fucked us in a way to where we literally can't be as amazing as we can be. And there's like some anomalies within it, like as we see those successful black people.
They should be successful.
Exactly.
But I feel like half of that reason black people aren't successful, not half of that, like 1/4 of the reason, is because we've been so like systemically oppressed. We don't have like real goals, or we don't have ambition that we actually like strive for.
Facts.
Because half of us like we don't
they-
go towards what we want on a daily basis, and they'll like strive for it every day. They'll make sure they have concrete what they want, and they'll like believe that they can achieve it. We'll have what we want, and we'll barely try. It won't work for a little bit, and then we'll quit.
Because we've never had the option. Like, we've never had the option to just stay complacent and, like, figuring out what you want to do. It's always been like, you need to be this, or you dying, or going to jail. Like,
That's so true.
even, like, it came down to, like, we'll be like, it's either basketball, rapping, or drug dealing. Like, those are the 3 ways to make it out the trenches. And then we'll look at niggas who want to be lawyers like goofies.
Not no, well, yeah, I can see that. Like now we're getting a little bit more lenient.
Exactly, we're getting more progressive with it and stuff like that. And so like, we'll be like, oh, maybe we need more niggas in the White House, in the House of Representatives and shit.
I don't know. I think that's.
And then that's the change. That's how the change starts. If we get niggas in that bitch, then we can start change. And it doesn't have to be like drastic change, but like at least be better than we are now. Like I feel like that's something we've definitely been doing. Like, yeah, we not slaves. Yeah, it's not as bad as the 20s. There's not. I mean, yeah, there's like bad. There's not no burning down of entire communities anymore. Even though like low key, there might
they burn them down in different ways.
Oh God,
they push some money.
It's a different way of it, but like it's not as bad.
It's not as direct.
Yeah.
Now they just do it under our nose. It's the same thing.
I mean,
at least they was direct with it back then.
No, I'd rather be now. Like, imagine.
Mikey's dad was talking about that. He was like, at least you knew when people were racist back then.
I'd rather have it be now. You rather be back then?
Oh no.
Exactly.
I would rather know though, like people's true intentions.
That's true. I mean, you could just hide yourself from that. Don't involve yourself with them.
You realize we're like all the jobs in this.
Hey, man.
Even the path I take is ran by.
That's fine.
Caucus, and I can't really do it.
You got to.
Right.
That's so unfortunate too, and they don't even have to worry about that. Like it's just like that's me.
You already got a foot in the door.
Oh, God.
To be born is privileged. To get a head start is to be privileged.
Hey, some people be thinking like that means like you're put in a better position than me. It doesn't. I mean, in the end it does, but like it's like you're not getting an advantage. It's I'm getting a disadvantage. Like you're starting the race where you're supposed to start the race.
You talking about with black people?
They putting us back. So like
oh yeah, they say
I be like seeing white people be like, oh, white privilege not real. I'm poor too. Okay.
Well, welcome to our standard. Welcome to our standard. All right. What's the rest of y'all looking like?
And it's like, all right, you're poor and a black person's poor. That black person gonna go through more struggles than you do, strictly because he's black. It doesn't mean like you won't go through struggles, but like you won't go through struggles because of your skin color. Okay. Whereas we do. And it's so unfortunate.
It's because we don't have a community aspect to ourselves. We gotten too mixed in with like selfishness of our oppressors. We kind of adopted some of that. Go in depth.
Yeah, I wanna hear this.
We kind of got so caught up in how they were treating us that we started treating ourselves the same way. And it's like a power thing. We weren't in power, and those were the people we saw in power. It's like the Confucius moral hierarchy. You teach the people in power how to be good people, then everybody below them will be a good person because the people in power are good people. Now, when the people in power are bad, and they're telling us to be a certain way, and we're like, oh, I feel like I'm being contained. I want more power. What do I look at to get power? These people. And these people are morally ambiguous. They're terrible. So what does that make us? To get power, we have to stoop down to that level. And then we end up teaching that to our kids, and they taught it to them, and then it keeps going. Then it reaches us. That's why the whole power system is so messed up right now.
Interesting. I like that. I'm gonna write that down.
All right, now.
I am.
But it's a power thing.
Think about that later.
It's not like we're holding ourselves back because we want control. And the only way we know how to control is the way we were controlled. And that's kind of like this. It's systemic. We can't escape it because we're perpetuating it. We're continuing it. I don't know how to stop that though. It's because also we don't favor positive positions of power. Yes, we have to highlight powerful positions or positive positions of power. People that are just outwardly
Lawyers, doctors,
the way at which they
stuff,
got
stuff,
it,
stuff.
make it look good. But we romanticize, like drug dealers, rappers, and those type of pursuits that have to do with like a lot of violence and negativity. Not to say that being a rapper is bad or anything, or even being a drug dealer. If you gotta do what you gotta do. But to romanticize it makes it seem like those are the only avenues people can take in order to be wealthy. And wealth is some power, and that's the only reason why so many black kids want to be rappers, or they deal, or they hoop, because they have to look for some outlet like that, because they're taught that's all they can.
Just like how the major, what we call black films, be straight trauma shit.
It'd be trauma.
But that's not all true. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
mostly true.
No, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta look.
It's either love or
definitely-
trauma.
No.
Love,
no,
comedy,
no,
or trauma.
No.
And the comedy's about our trauma.
Right. Hey, everybody go watch House Party. It's a good feel movie for niggas, man. But outside of that, he right. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely love comedy, trauma.
That's part of we're teaching ourselves how to be. Like, we don't highlight a lot of black artists that, spread a positive message, or don't talk about money killing in the dope.
Shout out Smino. Actually.
Smino.
Yeah, shout out Smino, man.
Yeah, people like them.
Shout out
They're on the
Tyler,
rise.
man.
Shout
out Cold World, man.
They're getting a lot more traction.
Cold World.
But they're also talking about
He
struggle.
used to stay off his dick. He sold out the garden. He should play for the Knicks. Took a couple minutes and he stole out Staples.
But see, look, with them, they're still talking about issues. I feel like
Oh, God.
for it to get any traction and for people to pull emotion from it, they think it has to be like a negative thing. Like, when's the last time you heard J. Cole rap about some just strictly positive stuff? And you was like, oh, this is great.
J. Cole got some positive stuff.
He do, but name it.
Hold on. Let me get about J. Cole bag then.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, but a lot of his shit definitely ties into the negative aspects.
Right. They just talk about how
But
things
that's
are.
their reality, though.
Yes, I understand it. That's their reality, but it's also perpetuated by it. Because, like, words are affirmation of your environment. It's all connected. We talk about ourselves in a certain way, and that's why we end up acting a certain way.
You know what? You spinning right now.
It's facts.
Let him cook.
Hold on, let him cook. But it is. Words are all affirmation. It's all connected. I think that it's more than just like you saying something, because that ends up being like filtered into your subconscious, and then that ends up being filtered into how you act. You can't really. You got to be conscious of what you're conscious of, because it's going to end up becoming
telling
you.
you got to be hard to live, but you don't really got to be hard to live.
You don't, not at all. You just got to have a
'Cause
barrier.
being hard to live just make it hard
Hard
to
to
live.
It's facts.
Hey, put that on a shirt, somebody.
I'm gonna put it on the shirt, bro. I'm about to put it in a poem and perform.
That's another caption. Be hard to live. Be hard to live.
It makes it hard to live. We focus on too much of the negative aspects of our being, and it only makes it more real. Like, I feel like, and that's something they don't do. They focus on what they can do, their ability to success, and their goals, and how achievable they are. We focus about how we're oppressed, how we can't do this, how we can't do that, and how oppressed we are. Not to say that we aren't oppressed. It's the reality.
That's the fact, but you don't gotta focus on it.
That's the focus on it is only just
oh
keeping
God,
it
that's
inside.
what the fuck is happening, bro. We all know that shit, but all we do is focus on that shit, though.
It's true. Why you looking?
Nah,
at
you
me?
speaking, nigga. I'm not gonna lie.
We focus too much on it. That's what makes it cyclic. And they don't focus on it. That's what makes them able to succeed. Not that a lot of them succeed, but their baseline, because like even we have to focus on how we treat our kids too. Because I feel like you don't really have a conscious mind till at least you're like 7. I feel like 7's the earliest you could ever have a conscious mind.
No, that's fake. Like,
And before that,
you don't remember shit
Right.
when you was 2, 3. You're lying if you tell me you do.
So until like 0 through 7, you're just straight subconscious. Everything you're told is just going straight into your reality. And from a young age, we were taught not to act certain ways. Like, I had Nerf guns. I could never go outside and play with them.
Bro, I wasn't even allowed to have Nerf guns.
I wasn't allowed to go outside with them. Like, what? We couldn't do none of that because it was already going to be an issue.
God, like, I mean, but real life,
we were taught that we were stupid.
A problem, though.
Yes, that is a.
Like,
I get that.
I get
that.
That's something we can't control.
Fair. I'll take
but
that.
But, like, I get what you're saying, but that specific scenario, that's like you have to protect your kid. And
fair
like,
enough.
If some bullshit happened,
how about
that's what's going on.
Let's talk about the education system. Because it tried to mess me up back when I was a kid. And then
as a whole, that's a system problem.
It is a system problem, but it starts with the individual. It's how you teach your kids. Because I had kids in kindergarten, in preschool, telling me I was stupid. They wasn't telling other white kids I'm stupid. Anyone can make an inference, be like, "Oh, I'm stupid because I'm black." You see the rest of your black peers with you being called stupid. You think it's just a collective issue.
Y'all think y'all all stupid, y'all.
Right, that's just our default. And we're not taught that we're different at all. Unless they're your parents. That's why I'm saying it's so important to teach your kids that kind of stuff. Because I know this girl who said her mom used to make her tell herself that she was beautiful and told her she was beautiful every day up until she was like 13.
And I bet you she thinks she's the finest thing in the world.
And she does.
And there's no problem with that either.
Right.
Oh God, that's a good thing if you think you're the finest person in the world.
She's never doubted
like, she don't got no self-confidence issues like that.
Doubted it. And we don't build our kids up. We don't build ourselves up.
Shout out to that mom though.
I know. I was like, I'm gonna have to do that with my kids because you really like she don't look like she's worried about that.
Before you go to bed, say you beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
all of that is affirmation. Your words, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's so important to be conscious of what you're conscious of. If you let that filter into your subconscious, then it's gonna be your body.
What you conscious of?
That's what I'm.
You speaking right now. I'm not gonna lie.
So we gotta be more careful of what we focus on because we become our thoughts.
I'm saying just like how you be seeing these white movies about I'm going to college, I'm going to Harvard and shit. Mm-hmm. But you see black movies like, damn, I'm not even thinking about college.
Right. They're not even worried about that. They in the street.
But you can.
They're struggling in high school.
Yes, you in the trenches.
And they get saved by some white dude.
Yes, but if you work your ass off, you gonna be out at one point.
You don't even gotta work your ass off.
You gotta do what you want to do.
You just gotta do it. Absolutely. Because I was like,
you gotta chase your dreams.
It wasn't even in my dreams. I was up until I'll say 8th grade. I was in like the lower level of education. And then I finally
but Shaker be scanned with that.
They are so scanned.
Shakers.
They had me in special needs when I was in 3rd grade.
Like they won't tell.
I was learning English with Muhammad.
Bro, they literally won't tell any or at least from my experience, that ELA. I didn't even know that shit existed, bro.
Until
6th grade.
Until
6th grade, my teacher was like, or 5th grade, my teacher was like, these classes is too easy for them. You just bullshitting, you know. And then my mom was like, you bullshitting in your classes? I just was like, I don't do shit. And then she like, all right, go to these enriched classes. But like, they've had that since 1st grade. Like, it was people, yes.
Oh yeah, they did. They had
higher programs.
They had them little rooms and they would have in the basement with the smart kids.
Even when I did struggles, like going from that super low class to the high class, like that's causing a struggle. But I bet you if I was in 1st grade doing that shit up till 6th grade,
you would have been fine. That's the standard. Because they assume you're a certain way and they teach you you're a certain way.
They be like, he black, he not ready for that.
The struggle isn't because it's more difficult. The struggle is because you believed you were a certain way. You got to break free.
That's the problem with these teachers. They be putting these things on your head.
And it
starts with the education.
It's everything.
It definitely started with educators, though. I think we need more black. That's why I think HBCU is so good.
We do need more black educators, but we need black educators who know what they're on.
That's fact. We need good black educators.
We need people to know, and you also need to. That's why I think like you got to focus on how we bring up the next generation.
And we gotta understand how kids function.
We
Like,
do,
you
because
can't
I used to be annoying,
You
and
can't just be lecturing
and I used
kids
to be
and shit.
right. I used to be so annoying in class. I used to be doing whatever because I wanted attention. And if I had just gotten like a little bit more attention, or like somebody would notice that, and
Put
not,
you to the
but they
side.
labeled it as annoying and disruptive in class.
Disruptive, like.
So that's what you
Bitch,
end up
I'm
being.
6. Why are you calling my mom? Because I'm talking in class. That's what I'm 6. I talk.
Help me out, right? They never. It's not They,
Nah,
they send you to
that's
prison, but they
facts.
never like give you the therapy you need for it.
Oh God, you in trouble for
They
it.
don't fix the issue. They just tell you it's wrong, and they don't tell you how to fix it.
Then it's like in high school. Why aren't you talking in class?
Right? Why aren't you participate? Thanks. Why aren't you participating?
Why are you just in the back not doing anything?
He doesn't answer my questions. He's hardly paying attention in class. Because when I was paying attention, you called it annoying. I mean, I get. I used to do some extra stuff, but that's because I was taught I was stupid. I couldn't.
But either way,
everything
you're
was
still
easy.
A child, though.
Everything
Like,
was
you're
easy
a
too.
child.
I was a child.
You can't be a child. Like, yes, you can get annoyed, but you have to understand you grown. Like, you're the educator. That is a child.
That
like,
is a child.
Especially if he's in a 0 through
time-
7 age, bro. He don't know what the fuck he's
And
doing.
our parents used to punish us for it too.
Oh God!
Because look,
no.
I remember the last time I ever got punished. I ain't gonna say what happened, but this kid in my class, fellow black kid, looked out the window, said, "Hey, look, a squirrel." He was like, "Oh my God, an albino squirrel! Who's ever seen an albino squirrel?" So I run to the window. I said, "Oh my God, albino squirrel! I'm looking."
It was.
I
Actually,
get-
hold on. Was it an actual?
Yes,
Hey, that shit would be wrong.
I
I'm
get
not gonna lie.
written up, called home.
Just because you went.
Just
to the
'cause I
window
went.
and said that.
Yes. And I had it was like a orange slip he sent home. And he would do it so often because I would just be talking or something. And he said, "I wish I still had my paddle." I remember that. He's
that's
he's
crazy.
out of the system right now.
That's
So it's
crazy.
It's whatever.
dude. That's-
I was like, okay.
that's
I'm not thinking,
insane.
but they taught us like simple actions were so negative. So
that's facts.
we ended up just getting quieter and quieter. And I wasn't shy back then. I didn't have any social anxiety. I could talk on stage and stuff. Come to 6th grade, 5th grade, after those events happened, I would have to present. I'd be shaking. 7th grade, 8th grade, present. I'd be shaking.
You be
I'd be
trying to get
scared.
the last one to go.
I'd be the
Everybody
last
know
one to
they
go.
feeling, and they trying to be the last nigga to go.
Absolutely.
And then when you get to the last nigga, you don't want to do that shit.
At all. You find any excuse. You say you sick on the day of presentation.
I'm not
It's
prepared
all
today, sir.
it's all because you taught yourself. You telling yourself, "Oh, I can't do this," or your outward expression of who you are and just talking in general is being suppressed. So when you have to talk, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I don't want to."
That's facts.
And it's not until you got to teach yourself how to start talking again. Because I wasn't good at.
Educators, it starts with y'all, and then it goes to the parents at home.
It starts with the parents.
God,
I think it starts with the parents. I think they're about equal, but like when you don't have education, it has to be up to your parents. I think more of it is about when you're at home. Like if you're told you're smart every day by your parents,
you're gonna be smart.
you're gonna be smart. Like they used to say every time I had a parent teacher
next
conference.
generation of black people, we gonna be good.
My kids
I'm
gonna
not gonna lie.
My kids gonna be set.
Our kids gonna be solid.
I remember I used to sit in the parent teacher conferences. They used to be like, "He's so bright. He's just not applying himself. He's so bright."
Bro, I bet you
They be capping. They
I
was
bet you
yelling
every
at me.
single black person heard that.
Every
Every single black person heard
And
that.
I was feeling special when I heard that. I was like, oh, okay. But if they imagine they told you you're bright, you're smart, you're special every day. They told you that when you got in trouble like once a year.
Oh God.
And your parents would never tell you that almost.
You get in trouble, but it's still you bright, you smart, you're special. You just did this one problem, and
Right.
But
That's when it do it. Because after parent teacher conferences, you know after parent teacher conference, the next day you went to school, you be like, oh, I'm on my best behavior.
Oh God,
I'm on my best behavior.
I'm not bullshitting.
I'm not
no
bullshitting.
more.
I'm focused on school. I'm educated. And then it
You
goes out the
locked
window
in.
because you're not hearing it no more.
You like
A
then
week
your
later-
teacher stopped telling you it. And
A week
then,
later,
oh,
it's back to normal.
Oh, you're not talking to me now. Man, I'm in the back of the class.
That's
Fuck
what
you.
I'm saying. And you got to teach yourself how to get out of that. Because I don't think I was able to present without like being messed up until like senior year. Like senior year, I would have been like, oh, I'll present first. I don't care. Because like in reality, it doesn't matter. We're also taught how to move through society with everybody watching us. So we get real anxious about how other people interpret who we are. And that also limits our expression. Because we worried about like our classmates, how they feel about us presenting, whether or not they think it's funny or something. Blah blah blah.
Oh God! But if you really think about it,
It don't matter.
Do you ever be paying attention to your other classmates' presentations like that?
No, I be worried about me.
Exactly.
They worried about
you be
them.
Focused on you. Be ready. You be like, I gotta get this right, this right, this right, this right.
Right.
And they just be presenting. You don't be focused on them like that, and they be on the same time when you up there.
Right.
Or if they already presented, they just be like, okay. They don't listen to what you're saying.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just the assignment.
the black narrative is teaching us to hold so much value in other people's opinions about us, and to limit our own value and our opinion about ourselves. Like parents don't teach their kids how to have their own positive self-image. They teach you how to interpret your image by opinions of other people. I think some of that's okay, cause you need to interact in a social environment, but to the same extent you need to know when to not be impacted by the thoughts of others, and be like lifted up by the thoughts of yourself.
Let's switch it up. Let's go. Let's talk about money a little bit.
Money.
How do you feel about this idea that I feel like as black people, when we get a little bit of money, it goes straight to our parents. How you feel about that?
You mean when we're kids?
Like, no, not like that. Like, say your first big check, you like. I feel like a lot of people who get their first big check,
Be like, I have to
hey,
get
my mama raised me. I gotta get her a big ass house.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Now you out hella money because you just bought your mama a big ass house she didn't need.
I think.
I think you should appreciate.
I think it's not. I don't think it's a big ass house moment. If your mom's not living in a comfortable neighborhood, I can see you buying her a house in the burbs,
all right,
like
but look.
a mansion, spending most of
you
your
right
money.
now. Your mom don't need a house.
Absolutely.
You get hella money.
If I get hella bread,
you can buy a house right now.
She might get a pair of shoes.
There's no reason for you to buy a
purse.
House. Exactly.
She get a good Christmas gift. I'm not buying it. Why would I buy you a house?
Exactly. Your mom just got a new house.
And that's some of it too, because we don't use our money intelligently. We don't put it back in the bank or have it in an interest spot.
Our money doesn't go back to us.
Our money doesn't make more money. We don't use our money to make more money. We use our money to buy stuff.
To buy. But I can't lie. I'm a product of that. We all are, I feel like. I'm not going to lie. When I got my first paycheck, I got a tattoo immediately.
And it's also the way we view it. Because a lot of us view money as something to get out of debt rather than earning money. Like we're working to get out of debt instead of working to earn money. So, of course, there's going to be like more debt. If you're always working to get out of debt, you're just going to keep working to get out of debt. That's what I'm saying. It's all about like your perspective in the words you choose to.
Everything just comes down to like what you was taught and your perspective of life.
You got to reteach yourself how to look at things.
You got to teach our kids better. Like it goes back to education in the end. That's the only way we could change.
But your parents are your first educators, bro.
That is true.
They teach. Well, I don't really remember. They teach you how to, like small social interaction. They teach you some of your like first traces of morality, especially if you have siblings, because only children typically have like problems with morality. I find
children with siblings,
children without siblings, typically have like problems interacting with other children, like morally. Like you invite them over for a play date, and then they don't let you use none of their toys because they're not used to it.
All that.
They have so much more attachment to all their belongings and all that type of stuff.
It's like they ain't come home to no other interaction but themselves and their parents.
They think it's all that is. And it gives them a big head. But that's not... Only children still cool. Like, you can't blame the only child for being the only child.
Yeah, that's not on them.
But their parents you gotta pay special attention to that.
That's something you gotta, like, teach.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, oh, yeah.
You're
not the only person in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the only person in this house, but outside of this,
there's so much more. So you got to introduce your only child to like a lot more social interaction. Otherwise, they're not going to socially interact.
Hey, that's some shit you really don't think about because you got
look at homeschooled children. Like, they always typically have a little bit of, not all of them, but some of them. And ever since the one
rapper only child,
yes,
yo, that makes so much sense then.
But once they start interacting more, you peep like they start acting cool.
He got better.
Yes, once they start interacting more, you have to expose yourself to social interaction. We're in a social world. Humans are social creatures. It all starts when you're small. I've gotten so much better at snapping. Only with that hand. That's a sassy snap right here. I'll be popping. But speaking of money, and freedom, I think financial freedom is the only thing we can achieve. You can have enough money to do what you want. I think you can get to a point where you have enough money to do what you want.
Not here.
Not here? The whole concept of money is stupid.
We capitalists, bro.
Capitalism
There
is
has
hell.
to be poor people for our society
Oh
to
yeah,
work.
it's the duality of man.
Like in the end, we especially since we're like that baseline,
we are
probably is not like some of us can.
Oh, the richer I get, the more I'm taking from my people. Type thing.
End.
I get that. That's real. But that's what it has to be, a community. It has to be unity.
But also,
otherwise
you have
we
to
won't be
put
able to
back
do it.
in.
Yeah,
That's the problem. That's like you'll get richer and then just be like, fuck everyone back there.
they'll forget.
And like you don't have to like. I'm not saying by no means give all your money back in.
but helping one person might help a
look,
few.
something as simple as switching from Nike to a black-owned company.
In your regular
Not
expenses.
a black-owned company getting bread.
Getting bread from
They
you.
kids got bread now. Now more
they-
bread's coming
yeah.
back into the community. Or all these good-ass food spots in their trenches. Put some money, invest in that business. Put that shit up for your platform. Because right now, if you have money, you have a platform, most likely. Bet. Like that Keith Lee dude, I bet you if you go to hella black-owned business, be like, this shit smack. They
Get
making
more
bank.
business. Absolutely.
They making bank. That's the problem. We get money and then just stop representing or going to these places.
I think that's because of how we view being part of blackness. We view it as being poor. So when we're
Exactly.
no
Once
longer
you're
out of that,
not.
we feel like we're a whole different thing.
I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Okay. Like, see? You start to believe.
But once you
something
get in
else.
trouble, you want to be black again, man.
You said once you get in trouble.
Yeah, once them white people start accepting them, they try to run back to the niggas.
Oh yeah, that's valid.
You be like, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Okay.
But who supported you during that trial? Then I guess.
See, that's the key. It's community. That's how I think it should be, but they forget because there's no black rich lifestyle that they're taught. Where they live a white rich lifestyle. If you're black and rich, most of the time, because that's the only rich they know how to appropriate.
That's why I love Jay-Z, man. That nigga be doing shit for the community. Even his billionaire ass.
Yeah. Well, I can't say he needs to do more.
We gotta hop on his shit though. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck Apple Music, hop on Tidal.
That's his.
Yeah.
I had Tidal for a little bit because Uzi dropped that song on there one time. It's so much easier to upload music on Tidal.
The problem is, it's the easy access, the easy thing isn't the black thing now.
Yeah, we have to try to work our way
We
through
don't
it.
have that option. That's why they make jokes like all black owned business is expensive as shit. We gotta have our shit expensive. Or else we're not making no bread.
That's fact. Do you think there's a way around that?
Not that benefits white or black people.
I think if you get the community just to indulge in your stuff instead, like if you have a restaurant.
No, you gotta say grocery store. Like
Oh yeah, if there's a black owned grocery store, don't go nowhere else for your groceries.
exactly. If your community got a black owned grocery store, why you going to Giant Eagle?
At all. Like even if they might have more stuff, but if you think about it in the long run, you might have more stuff at the black owned shop if you keep using. It's an investment.
You don't need all that stuff Giant Eagle offering you, man.
They don't invest. We don't invest in our community.
And we wonder why we're poor.
We're poor because the systemic.
But like
But we're staying poor
everything, yeah.
Because-
there you go.
because we don't want to invest in ourselves.
Because we think white is right, but that's not.
Right. We live by their standards. Oh wait, to be good is to. What did I write down? It was some hard.
They put us in chains. Now, what's the first thing a nigga do when he gets some bread? Nigga
We
get
live
a
by their
chain.
standards, and in our minds, it is to be good. There's no way we can be free.
Wait,
We're
repeat
living-
that.
We live by their standards, and that in our minds is to be good. So how could we be free?
Hey, that's why people got the itis.
You
They
right.
they be seeing it. They be like, oh. Especially niggas higher up, they be getting money and they say fuck. They be like, oh yeah, forget them.
Mhm.
And then people around us be seeing it like, oh, that nigga a athlete, he got her. That nigga a rapper, he got her. I don't want that no more. And then you get the itis. One day y'all niggas gonna get frostbite though. And that's sad.
Yeah, because they
That's a sad. But
because we don't highlight. That's a lot of kids don't see either. Black love. We don't see it a lot.
And when we see it, it's not a good thing.
Right,
nigga.
it's toxic.
No, look, Love and Basketball is a
Nah.
shitty ass movie.
That's everybody's example.
Nah, they be
It's always
dirty.
struggle.
No,
But like you peep
like-
white romance movies, it's so like sentimental. It's always like this. It's never like
there's
it's
never
like
like
he acted
there's
weird.
one bad point.
Yes.
And then it's like they're back in love.
But that
Bro,
bad point is
that nigga
circumstantial.
was dogging her shit in Love and Basketball.
Yeah, he was.
Since a kid, like he was dogging. That man was not good for her if we being real.
Real, yeah.
Like,
He couldn't understand her ambition.
or like those Tyler Perry movies, the fucking light skinned nigga be cheating on a dark skinned wife, man. Like, we gotta stop.
And
Why
then
can't-
they
why
end up
can't
doing
both
it.
People just be happy. Nigga?
And now light skins are characterized by what? Cheating.
Pretty boy cheaters, man.
And then they're taught. And then the black women are taught to like them.
Oh God, they be like the dark skinned man don't ever get no love. I'm not gonna lie.
So him, get him some more love, y'all. What is going on? It's just the way like it's all connected. They do stuff, we do stuff. In the media, it's propaganda. Like how they used to have us portrayed. Now we just portray ourselves in a certain way. Felonious, playboys,
Y'all all want to be thugnificent.
right? They want to be thugalicious,
Be Huey, nigga.
right? That's me for real.
All y'all niggas who thought Huey was weird.
Right?
Y'all
Who
wanna
thought?
be
I
thugging.
thought you was wrong.
If you ain't think Huey was raw as fuck, nigga, you're weird.
If you thought Riley was cool, that's okay. Riley was like real is real. Riley
And
had
that showed
some.
both sides. That showed both sides.
Yes, it's really both sides of it. They're like,
Hey, shout out Boondocks, man. Shout out
They
Boondocks.
really showed something with that. I don't know if it's produced by Caucasians, but they also,
No.
they
That was
also.
Regina King, bro.
Oh yeah, they also pushed out a lot of stereotype stuff. Still,
No, I don't think so.
Huey was above it though.
Though were, I think they just showed it. I think that's the entire point of the show. Like every stereotype there was, they showed that
the
shit.
Uncle Tom. No.
Like, and it all came from reality. Just even like the teacher saying the N word, that was a real thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they
The
did use a
booty
lot of
warrior,
real
that
events.
was a real event. Like,
I
they
came
just-
here for
They made all our problems satirical, and we just laugh at that shit though.
right, but we're laughing at it. It's coming back into our conscience.
Be like,
We're not taught as, and then we find humor in that too. That's also a negative thing. Not to say like that show is like should be canceled or anything. It's a great show,
great show.
but it's like we're always taught that our struggle is comedic, like black people doing something that's funny.
I wasn't even thinking like that, but that's facts.
It's facts. Look, you was in elementary school, you would do something normal.
It don't even have to be like that. A nigga could call another nigga a fucking African booty scratcher, and all
Everybody
the niggas would
would
laugh. All the niggas, that shit not funny.
You heard?
That shit not funny, dude. But like real life, that's fucked up. But
It is.
all of us laughing. Why?
Because we're taught to think our struggle is funny.
It seem like that shit was funny. Nigga, that's not.
They taught us that our features were funny. Now they can say a nigga got a big ass nose and niggas will laugh.
Nigga, you be like, you got some nappy ass head.
You be whispering in your own ears, lips. You do look like the dog.
That's crazy. I've never heard that. My fault. I've never heard of that.
Look at you. And the dark jokes too. We're not taught to love our blackness.
Me laughing is the problem.
Yes, like, it is. But like, it's how it's taught.
But like, we're so fucking.
We're not we're within it.
In us, like, it's just funny at that point. We're so desensitized to the actual problem.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's like a coping mechanism or something. We're taught to make everything we do funny, or all our struggles are funny.
That's facts, man.
We were taught to only profit from our trauma. In music, film,
we can do better.
Writing. What's the last name of author, black author who writes positive novels?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't be knowing authors' names like that.
Okay, that's fair enough. You know a book, though?
I just read the books, so I'm not gonna lie. But a lot of the books I read definitely just straight negative on the black author side.
Right. Even when they're not. Like the Tao Te Wu-Tang. That's a positive-ish book. It just talks about negativity that led to positivity.
I got 2 new books I gotta read. It was like
I got a bunch right here.
Black Apologetics and something else. I gotta read it and give it to you. You'll probably like it.
Probably. I had a bunch of books to read now. I need to continue. But yeah.
I got a question about the itis, man.
Okay.
You think it's wrong?
No.
So you're on different sides with this.
Because here's the only reason I think it's not wrong. Because I feel like if you exclude that, you gotta exclude everything that's not you as well. That's just my logic in it.
I don't think so.
I think so.
Why?
Because isn't
I
it
can
because
take the oppressor out the equation and leave everyone else?
Okay. Oh, okay. So you just think just because of the systemic nature of oppression and that. You said would it be wrong to not, or what do you think is wrong too?
I'm saying like, are you?
Would I do it?
No. Are you? Fuck.
Am I looking at my brothers weird?
Yeah,
if they do it?
Do you look at people? I do. I'm not gonna lie. I
do too.
I
do if they have the option.
Ooh.
Because
I think I know what you're saying.
Because, like,
if you grow up and you don't see no one, that's all you. Yeah.
If that's all you're around, but some of our friends, they had options, but I would not say that their options were like perfect, at all.
Your option no one's perfect though. Like,
and I get that. And also, option. Like, our females aren't taught to, outwardly come for us. Or they're taught to like a certain kind of dude. In our group, in our demographic, like our specific set of people, we were a whole different subsection of the black male narrative. None of us were like crazy athletes. Well, one person was. But that wasn't,
all of y'all niggas was
basically athletes. Not really.
Yo,
track. That's track. It's track and field.
Yo, brother.
No, track and field again. It wasn't basketball. It wasn't basketball or football.
Okay, all right, yeah, we ain't played, but y'all still.
That's because we had something to do.
You ain't get the what would be the black sport. Y'all wasn't excelling like that in the black sport.
We all played sports. You would get goals in lacrosse. You would be cutting up. So what I'm saying is, they weren't taught to like us.
Wasn't coming to no lacrosse games.
We weren't in their classes because we was in the event stuff. And the black females we would interact with. Either taken or already our friend.
I get what you're saying.
So it would have been hard for us, and they didn't come for us. The ones that weren't, and when they did, we were just like a little bit above that.
You know what? That's one thing I can say. You right on that. And another thing, the people I know or we are friends with, they don't flaunt it. Like, it's not like...
Flaunt what?
Like, they're not on no...
They're not out there?
I'm only fucking with white girls. It's not, fuck black girls, I'm only with white girls. It's more like, I'm with a white girl.
Yeah.
Instant gratification. Whereas they was like, we finna thug this shit out till we actually love each other. And then they really do. Like, they been through everything they could be through.
Right. Then that's really your person.
Oh, God.
Absolutely.
Whereas people now, they're not trying to build with a person and create.
They trying to have someone already created.
You trying to have that shit. You trying to look at a nigga and be like, yeah, you my person. When that's not how that happens.
All right. I agree. They're trying to walk in the house before it's even built.
I'm saying.
They expecting the house to be built before they even lay out the floor plan.
I'm saying.
Like, how you expect it to be built?
You want a full house, bitch ain't got no foundation. What?
And
that bitch gonna fall apart, ain't it?
And the people who get into these relationships don't have their own foundation. We're also taught to run into relationships.
Ooh, you looking at someone for support.
Right. You looking at somebody to fix your problems that your parents didn't give you.
Oh, God.
It's facts.
Looking for the
I can say that myself. Like, a couple relationships I got in, I just needed more attention that I didn't get from, like, individual parents. I admit it. I'm wrong. I apologize dearly.
I think I can say that, too. But I feel like I try to stay out of it. You know?
Try to stay out of relationships?
I feel like...
I be trying to stay out of
that
it.
Then where I be like, this not like that, you know? I'd be like...
Oh, it's not like more than it is.
Yeah, but like, in reality, it's just so I can like...
Have control over the situation?
Not control.
Or a way out.
Yeah. And it's like, if I ever fuck up...
Then it's not like... It's not attacking your moral. It's like attacking... It's just like, oh, that's against my shoulder. I feel that. Because a couple times... And us as black men, we need to be more careful when doing that. Because some people, we actually be hurting.
Oh, God.
We actually hurt feelings.
You end up...
Like, you actually hurt feelings. Yeah. Like, with your
even,
girlfriend,
like,
I felt so bad now.
The goal is to not hurt their feelings, but in the end, it makes it worse.
Because, like, you try to borderline it.
Because you create something that's so in-depth, but, like,
But you're treating it like it's nothing.
The tiniest thing of a title, you just, like, we don't have that, so it's not actually as deep.
Yeah, it's not actually as deep. And they're tricking themselves, like, oh, he's treating me like this, but he's telling me one thing, so you're already messing with their head. Then you leave like it's nothing, and you're like, it was so much more than that. And we also don't communicate how we feel in specific situations, in specific times. Because we don't like to give people bad news. Like, with her friend, I'm not saying names, I feel bad now. Like, this year is when I was like, I really did that wrong. Because... You know, sometimes people really like I liked her. She liked me. But like these people really be like wanting you to be like their person, their significant other. And I feel like we're taught as black men to just like, or not even as black men, but like we're taught relationships aren't relationships. They're just like something to do.
Where they're like, this could forever be it for everything.
Or it could be like something real. And we're treating it like it's not something that could be real. I think that's something we also lost, some of our sympathy and empathy for other people.
Yo. Create. No, that's... Wow, man. We just unraveled some shit. I'm not gonna lie. At least with me.
I kind of got out of that. Ish.
Cut that out. I'm not gonna lie. Like the last.
She's not watching.
They're
not watching this. It's facts. They're not.
Last 15 seconds.
Okay. You really want me to cut it out?
Just like when I was like, we uncovered something.
Okay.
Yeah, just like that, right there. All right. No, but real is real. That's facts.
That's facts, yeah.
But that's the reality, though. You can't stop someone from hurting.
No, you can't. But you can
But-
take yourself out of a situation that hurts, though. Because if you know, like, if you both communicate that shit,
All right. Theoretically, hypothetically, you've been in this so long, you've realized this now, but you've been in it so long. Now it's nothing but hurt, and you can't get out of that. So you
question yourself whether or not you really like her, and if you really do, then you thug that out. If you don't, then you gotta tell her, or whatever situation. I don't know what the situation needs, you know.
No, I get what you're saying.
But
you either gotta thug it out if that's who you really want, or you just gotta be honest and let the hurt happen. Cause it's past the point where it's no situation where there's no hurt happening if you that deep invested into it.
Facts.
Interesting.
Facts.
Got any other topics, man?
Yeah,
what you want to speak on, man?
We've been talking.
I can't even see how long we've been talking. Oh,
hour and 17 minutes.
Dang, we really been talking. It's gonna be a long ass episode.
It's a cool.
We might as well close on this bitch. Hold
on.
Right. Hold on, wait.
Hold on.
You know the drill. Actually, you got any final remarks? Final remarks.
Yeah. Be conscious of your conscious. Be aware of what you're being aware of, and take a little time more to yourself each day, and focus on what makes you tick, and then also focus on your dreams and aspirations because they're achievable. You just have to believe that they are in order to make them, happen. Go ahead, Sarge.
Hold on. Dang, the mic it don't even work like that no more. I can't even get up close. No, I gotta bring it to me though. That's fine. Wait, did I always bring it to me?
Yeah. I used to hold it like this.
Oh, shoot. Dang, it's been so long since I did one of these. Since your old house, man. This is the first podcast I had here.
Yeah.
Man, hey, RIP 20901. Alright, but anyways. What was the saying? You try to live your life hard, that's gonna make your life hard.